Now, throw it back to Alex.
I think I'm laughing because I'm hurting so bad. It hurts so bad. Make it go away. I'm gonna...
The running thing was just extraordinarily painful.
2, 1, action!
I mean, you do 1 or 2 takes and it's just having your entire weight put on like the edge of a nylon strap. Just again and again and again. I mean, it's horrible. I think I got scars. Hopefully I'll never do that ever again in my life.
Trying to have an entire sequence shot over 5 days means you have to try to have consistent weather over the course of those 5 days.
Which has been very challenging because we've had hail and rain and it's been freezing and we're in the middle of these gorgeous mountains and there's waterfalls everywhere and there's wigs and people getting rained on and contact lenses breaking and just total insanity.
Just a little bit of wetness, we're all good.
Here we go. And set, and action.
I believe this belongs to you.
Thank you.
I am Laurent. And this is Victoria. And James.
This is the big scene where the nomadic vampires come and meet the Cullen family, and there's a whole face-off.
I should never have brought you here. I'm so sorry.
Here we go. And action.
Today we're testing out a gag called the Margic. Close, but he meant to say the magic carpet.
My favorite stunt so far is actually called the magic carpet, and it's basically a long plexiglass walkway that is pulled by a winch. So when we're walking on it, it really looks like we're walking 20 miles an hour.
3, 2, 1, action.
We're toning them like really fast. If they fall off, it's very dangerous.
If you end up in your peripheral vision catching the ground that isn't moving, it makes you like want to fall down. You just have no sense of balance or gravity or anything. It's amazing.
It's really the coolest thing in the world.
Somewhere you'll see people who look kind of like us in the same costume, and those are the stunt people they're not using because we can do it.
We got
Skills! Baby.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Roll right. Okay. Steve. Action, Kevin. Action.
Beautiful. I've done some stunt work before, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
I can see the game is over. We'll go now.
Tell Edward how much it hurts. Tell him to avenge him. Tell him.
What are you doing?
Tell him. Tell him!
I'm really excited to see the fight sequence. It's a lot more involved than I wrote it, which is exciting to me because there's some things that you're limited in when you're working in print and things that you can only do visually.
I kept reading the scene several times because I really wanted to see how do you kill a vampire? What are the exact details? How did the action go down? And I thought, let's really see it. Let's get into the action. Let's make it visual. Let's make it really alive.
Ready and action.
the venom. You have to make a choice. You can let the change happen.
I realized a lot of it in the book, it's told in a minimal fashion, and we kind of cut away from it because Bella has this venom possessing her body and loss of blood, so she's woozy and she misses certain action beats.
immediately my mind started going into like cool stuff we could do in this ballet studio and how to make the ballet studio interesting. So I had an illustrator do some sketches for me of some of these ideas. And then when Andy Chang came in, I showed him all these images. Andy got excited, like when I showed him this drawing and this. Let's try this. We could do this with wires. We could do this rig. And then Andy would go and do some of these scenes with the stunt guys. Here's something. He'd cut that piece together, and you keep kind of honing it down, refining the beats until the actual day you're shooting.
We decided to shoot the ballet sequence first because there was an idea that we might use some of that sequence for marketing and we need to get a jump on the visual effects. And then our actor, Cam Gigande, actually had another job right after that, so we had to compress all his work days into the beginning. I think it was very difficult for the actors because we hadn't had time to really organically develop the characters except in rehearsal. So on Kristen's first day, she had to walk into the ballet studio and confront the painful memories of her past and find out that, boom, her mother's not even there. Instead, there's James, the most powerful vampire, and she's probably gonna die.
I didn't realize until I started the movie what I was getting myself into.
So the ballet studio, we have 4 days to shoot this with first unit, 4 days with second unit, and we have to keep in our minds the continuity because we get to shoot the part with the real actors, and then we have to cut away. Second unit, after we finish, has to shoot the insert parts, and then we do the aftermath. So we're like literally changing pieces of walls.
Any movie of this scale is going to have a massive amount of deliberation when it comes to having like a clear, direct line that everybody's going down. And if you're not going down the same line, you're just going to have a scattered version of a story that just doesn't come across.
I mean, it was such a short period of time. It's strange because it's so brief, the scene, and yet you have to kind of get so much into it. It was very grueling that first week, because you had to have about a million thoughts in your head at the same time, and also be tugged around on a wire everywhere.
3, 2, 1, action!
We are filming one of the stunts right now, and it's the big ultimate climax of the movie. And we're rehearsing right now. And that's what it looks like.
This is James when he gets torn apart by the Cullen family and thrown into the fire. We've rigged this dummy with breakaway arms and heads. You can rip these arms off and then you can put them right back together for take 2. I am James. I am going to die in the fire.
It's fun to play a vampire, I gotta say. In the ballet studio, we save the day. We get to jump down off the balcony, do some cool wire work.
It's amazing. I've never been on wires, and you get to jump off a balcony 20 times and not die, you know?
I do most of the programming for all the moves that are computer operated on the winches. Right, anything that's a little bit more complex move, we basically put a weight on that's roughly the weight of the actor, fly that around first. So if things don't behave exactly as we expect them to, we get to see them with the weight bag instead of a person.
Action!
It's a lot out of your hands. You're really kind of trusting other people, but it's a blast, yeah.
Cam Gigande is incredibly, physical and really knows how to do a lot of stuff. Did a lot of his own fighting in his last movie, so he was really comfortable getting on the rigs and fighting and holds himself well in the air.
The fight training that I did on Never Back Down, it helps a lot with just the fundamentals and being able to have the coordination to figure things out quicker than I normally would.
Cam is every day saying, "Tell Summit to let me do my stunt." But I saw a stunt double do some of the stunts, and the guy did get a little bit cut up. I'm like, Cam, I'm not cutting your pretty face, honey. The suicide dive bomb was one of my first